All right, so for the menu page, this is going to be a simple one, but this one we can't really hard code too much things because we do need to set this up in a way that we can actually pass props into the, so we're going to have to use style components for this. Essentially, what we're going to need to do is we're going to be able to pass props into these components because we need to display the guild name as well as the guild icon. The guild icon is just going to be a URL that, like I said, remember this is going to be fetched from the actual Discord API, and it'll give us the actual avatar hash, which we can then combine that with the base URL for guild icons, and we can render that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So this shouldn't take too long. All right, so menu page. Let's go right over here. Okay, so right now we have everything in the list. We could keep it as a list, but just make it like a list of divs, but I don't really like that, so we'll just get rid of the list for now. I will comment this out because I do want to keep that old logic because we will need that still. So I'll just go ahead and do an H1 that just says select a server. I could actually I'll use H2 instead. Okay, and we're going to need to have all the guilds. So the guilds are going to come from somewhere, obviously. For now, they are gonna come from this mock guilds array, but when we actually fetch them, well, they'll probably be, I think they'll be fetched from this menu page component. So we don't have to pass any props or anything. Okay. First, let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and create an assets folder, and let me go ahead and just put all of the icons that I just got. These are the Discord icons for the servers that I'm in, and I just wanted to add that real quick. Hopefully this won't give me any issues. I hope not. Really hope not. React to Flux. And then TypeScript. All right, so select the server, and then we're gonna go ahead and do mock guilds.map. So before we do that, we gotta create the actual design for this. So this is very easy. It's literally just a flex box. That's it with the icon. So excuse me. We'll create a style component for that because we need to reuse that. Const. And I'll call this guild menu. I'll call this a guild menu item, I guess. Okay, and like I said, this is just a flex box, so display is flex. We're probably not going to set the height or the width. We'll probably set the width to. Okay, so the width, honestly, I think we're not going to set the width for this. We are going to create a wrapper container and have that have a set width, and that's just going to be centered in the middle. And I'll show you what I mean in just a second. So we're only going to just worry about leaving it as flex, and then justify content will be space between, and then there will be some padding on the top. I think maybe 8 pixels on the top. I think maybe 8 pixels on all sides is just fine. And then the background color, let me just grab the background color real quick. That's just going to be 252525. Do we have a stroke, a border? Yeah, I'm in the border radius. Okay, yeah. So for the border, not border radius. Sorry. Okay. So there is a border radius, but we also need like an actual border, like the border color. So border radius is 5 pixels. Border color is just going to be solid white, and the opacity will be very low. I think that should be okay. Okay, so now what we can do, well, this guild menu item is going to take in, it's going to basically take in props, but I just realized that we can't really pass the props down into this style component and display the icon as well as the text. So we are going to need to create another component. So I'll just call this guild. I'll call this guild menu item.tsx, and I'll call this style. So export const guild menu item. This is going to take in a prop. It's going to take in a prop, which is just going to be the guild. Now, obviously, right now, the guild object, like the schema or the type that's being passed in, it's gonna be different. But for now, we'll just leave it like this. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do export. I'll actually just do this. Type props guild. I'm just gonna go ahead and hard code the type for now, just because this is not really like, this is just a short-term thing. Once we get the, like I said, once we get the actual backend API set up, we don't really have to worry about this. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna need the icon, so we'll do image source guild the icon. I think this should work just fine. If it's a URL, it should be fine, but I'm not sure if it'll read the read from the assets folder properly. Okay, so we have the image, and then we have the name. So I'll probably use a p tag. Actually, yeah, I'll use a p tag. Guild.name. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead. I'll put this in a div, and then we'll do mock guilds.map guild, and then guild menu item. It's going to need to take in a guild, and then whoops. There we go. Wait, what's going on here? Whoops. Perfect. And now you can see that. Okay, so for some reason the icon is not working. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Interesting. So we are in the page right now. So it seems like it does not want to pick that up. Okay, yeah, that kind of sucks a little bit. React to flux. React to flux. Yeah, it seems like we can't get the assets to work, which is kind of a bummer, to be honest with you, because this is in guilds.ts right now. I wonder if, let's see, the source. I mean, I could just manually. Here, I'll do this. Import. No, I got an idea. Import. Nest.js icon from. I think maybe I could do this instead, maybe. That would probably mess up the guild menu, though. It's not going to be a huge deal. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's not going to be the end of the world, but because like I said, when we get the back and stuff, none of this is going to matter right now, because we're just using mock. We're just using mock. We're just using mock data anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much, you know. TypeScript. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Cool. So I'm actually glad this does in fact work though. Okay, I don't like the sizes, but we'll have to change that. That's okay. We'll just set the width to 50 for all of them, and then we will need to set the radius, which we can either do. We can do that inline though. I'm just gonna be lazy for now. Wait, whoops. Actually, let me set the width and height to 40. Actually, I don't like. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, I think we might have too much padding as well, in my opinion. Or too much width. I'm not sure why it's like that though. Let me align the items to the center. Okay. Oh yeah, the padding definitely, I think the padding definitely needs to be more from the left and right. Yeah, no, it definitely needs to be more on the left and right. Okay, that's great. I don't like the border. Probably because we don't have any margin. So, yeah, let me fix that real quick. I have so many tabs open, it's kind of annoying. Okay, there we go. Let's see, the padding, still not a fan of that. Yeah, this is better. This is way better. Okay, so what I want to do is I wanted to create a container, and I wanted to basically make this a div, and it just has a set width of 1200 pixels. That's literally it. So that way, and then we can set the margin to 0 auto. So if we go to menu page, we have the div right now, but then what we can do is we can wrap everything inside the container, and then it'll look like that. Okay, but we still have a problem with the margin. Yeah, the margin, let's set it to 0 on the left and right. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Let's do one more thing. Let's go ahead and do guild icon. And we're just going to set the border radius to 50%. That should work. So instead of using the actual image source, actually, no, I'm not even do that. I'm just going to do, I'll just do this for now. Screw it. There we go. That's way better. So that looks good. Last thing that I do want to do though is I don't really like the border yet. This is way better. Way, way better. If we compare this to this, yeah, it doesn't look too bad, you know. The heading, I don't really like the heading too much. But we can all just we can get rid of the font weight a little bit. We can change the font weight. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not the end of the world. And we can also bring this down just a little bit. We can add some padding on the top. Pixel 0. Yeah, we'll leave it like this for now. Okay. So now let's go ahead and make it so that when we click on a guild menu item, so that's going to be on click. Let's see. So this is going to be a little bit tricky because a guild menu item is its own component now. So we can't really actually, yeah, this is kind of annoying because we can't actually, yeah, I don't know why. It should honestly allow us to add the on click, but it's fine. I guess what we could do is, I guess what I could do is like just wrap this inside the div. Yeah, that's fine. I could do that. So on click, handle click. And what we'll do is we'll create a function called handle click up here. And this will literally just update the guild ID. Oh, this is going to need to take in the guild ID. So, okay. So we'll pass in the guild ID and we'll call navigate. Cool. I can get rid of this. Okay, let's try it out. Category 123, 124, 125. Perfect. So when we actually get the actual data from the backend, or the actual guilds from the backend, all we got to do is literally just, yeah, we really don't have to change much. Because the guild menu item takes care of everything. We will probably need to change this guild type, but that's not the end of the world. That's very easy. And if we have more guilds, that will all be rendered down here as well. Let me actually do one thing. Let me actually see what it looks like. Yeah, so if we have a lot of guilds, it will just look like this. So it'll scroll just fine, no worries. So yeah, I like it. I think it looks great. So that's pretty much it for the menu. So the next thing are the categories. So that's this page, or wait, this page right over here. So this is gonna be very easy. All we gotta do, honestly, I might just remove the nav bar because I don't really think that's really necessary. Actually, no, I'll leave it alone because I do want to display the icon and the guild that we're editing, so I will add that. But for this is gonna be very easy. Like all we gotta do is just show the text, the gear, and some buttons, and that's really it. The exciting part when we get to it is going to be implementing the input fields. I think that's going to be exciting.